Hey guys, my name is Abe, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do fake whip pan transitions. First of all, whip pan transitions are a cool little trendy effect that a lot of vloggers and little filmmakers are doing these days, where you take the camera and then you whip it to the left, and then in a different shot you're whipping from the left into your focus point, right? And you take both of those clips and you cut them at the whip. It just takes you from one scene to another scene in a cool, seamless way. Sometimes you might be out in the field getting all these clips, you go into post and you want to implement a whip pan transition, but your footage doesn't have any whipping in it. So let's jump into Adobe Premiere Pro. I'm going to show you guys how to do these fake whip pan transitions. Alright, so I have these three clips laid upon some music and it looks like this. Not bad, pretty cool, but I want to implement some whipping. So first things first, let's go to the first clip, highlight it, and what we're going to want to do is go to scale, and you're going to want your clip to be bigger than the frame size by a little bit. That's going to give you some leeway to move your clip around and give it some whipping effect, okay? Then I'm going to go to the end frame and set a position keyframe, and I'm going to go 10 frames back. And I want it to go from left to right, okay? So the first keyframe, I'm going to make the clip all the way to the left until I see that little black line bar on the right side of the frame. I don't want to see that, so this is as far as my clip can go without seeing that. On the other keyframe, we're going to want to go all the way to the right. Now, we're going to want to ease out of this keyframe to make the whip look a little more organic, because without it, it's going to look like this. Okay, we got a little shift. You see that little shift? Yeah, it's neat, but it looks too effecty. It looks fake, and I don't like it. I hate it. Right-click that first keyframe, go to Temporal Interpolation, go to Ease Out. Go to this little triangle toggle and twist it down, and you're gonna get this little image here. You're gonna see how it ramps up. This is a visual representation of how the movement is gonna happen. So I'm gonna wanna click on this little circle part and drag it towards the other keyframe. So it's going to slowly move, and then it's going to spike up really fast in that movement in order to get from this position to this position within the given time frame, and at the same time moving slowly at first. So now it's going to look like this. Not bad. That's our whip, if you will. Now it's not looking whippy enough, and you're going to want to go into your effects bar and go to Directional Blur. Take that, put it on your clip. And you want the directional blur keyframes to match the keyframes of your position. That's just what I like to start with. So I'm going to make that keyframe match up, and I'm going to hit blur length. I'm going to click that so a keyframe pops up. Then I'm going to go to my other keyframe, make another one. We want the directional blur to go left and right since we're moving left and right, and we want it to match. So we're going to want to go to the direction and type in 90. That means the directional blur has turned 90 degrees to go left and right ways. And we're going to go from 0 to, let's say, 30. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to want to ease out this, just so it matches. And now, your fake whip pan will look a little something like this. Looking pretty sweet, huh? Cool. Now let's finish the whip pan in the next clip. We're going to do the same thing, but in the opposite direction, if you will. I'm going to go to position. Well, I'm going to go to scale first. I'm going to hit 120 because I want it to be big, right? The first position keyframe, we're going to move this clip all the way to the left so we can see behind it a little bit. We're going to close that back up. Go 10 frames to the right. Make another keyframe and bring it all the way to the right. So we're going to right click the second keyframe, Temporal Interpolation, and ease in because you want it to start fast because it's starting in the middle of the pan. And we're coming back to a new subject slowly. Again, click on the triangle, toggle it down, get that little circle, and bring it, son of a, to the previous keyframe. So now we got this ramping into place. Okay, we're gonna go to directional blur again. Make sure that the direction is going left and right since we're going left to right. And we're gonna go 30. We're gonna match the previous clip. And we're gonna bring that down to 0. And we're gonna ease into that. So now your whip pan transition will look like this. One more time. Cool. So that's how you generate a fake whip pan transition. Now you don't have to do left and right, you can do up to bottom, make your clip big enough, you can even spin it a little bit. These whip pan transition techniques are basically just utilizing the position keyframing, directional blur keyframing, and easy easing in and out of those keyframes. And you know what? People probably won't even notice. I hope you liked this video, and if you learned something, please consider subscribing. Stay tuned. Until next time, have a good day.